Hey guys, it's Reese. So this live will be different because I'm going to be talking about not just um diecast cars as in latest finds and opening cars, but also I do have a race going on in the background for Gran Turismo 5. I think it's the last race in this 5 race series thing. So yeah. Also I want to talk about a topic that I normally don't talk about too much, and that's trading and selling diecast cars. Now, obviously, if I was to trade or sell stuff, it's probably not going to be happening today, obviously. But it's just it's come to a point for me in my collection that certain cars that I have, it's like after so long, it's like, what should I do with them? Should I trade them or sell them, or should I keep holding onto them a little bit longer to see if they'll actually be worth more later on down the road? Obviously, that will be true for some cars, but not all of them, though. So yeah. Also, I will be opening some cars in this live as well. Um, so yeah. Um, Obviously, there probably won't be too much, real life car talk stuff. It's mostly diecast cars and video game car talk stuff, but we can also talk about real life cars too, actually. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to open some cars right now. Okay, not that one. Gonna start with this one, the Nissan Patrol Custom from 2023 B case. Wow, this thing looks awesome, fully opened. It's really cool SUV. This one has 2,000 horsepower, actually. That's what it said on the card on the back. It doesn't even say what year the car is from, actually, it just says Nissan Patrol Custom. But this probably came out in real life, probably. My guess is like late 80s, early 90s, maybe early 2000s even. Alright, there's that one open. There will be some I won't be opening, actually. Okay. It's probably better off if I just get the more likely to open ones closer, so that way I know which ones I'm going to open and which ones I won't be opening. Alright, now that's better. Much better. Alright, next up is the Tesla Model Y from Hot Wheels from B case. Now, got that somehow before it fell to the ground. So far, these cards are seeming to be easy to open. I will say I kind of like the Matchbox version better. The only reason I say that is because there's not really a reason for that spoiler at the back of the car. Unless it's like, their performance model, but even then, their performance model, the wing or spoiler, wouldn't really be there until it reaches a certain speed for the real life car. So I don't understand why they would do that, but whatever. Oh, I just noticed something. The base, well, the underbody base part of the car is completely different, even from the Matchbox version. In fact, that base looks different from all other Hot Wheels cars I've seen from 2022 or 2023 cases so far. But given the fact most stores should be on like probably the end of 2022 and start of 2023 cases right about now, I guess that I don't know why Hot Wheels went with this looking kind of underbody base for the Model Y, but that's their choice, not mine. So this is a treasure hunt. However, because it's a fantasy car and I just am not the biggest fan of fantasy cars, I'm probably going to end up opening it instead of keeping it carded, just because I mean it's a really old treasure hunt from EK, surprisingly, actually. And yeah, 2022 E case has been out for quite a few months already by now, actually, because, like I said, most stores should be getting very new cases right about now. So yeah, I'm gonna open this one right now. And yes, there's the symbol saying you found a treasure hunt. I actually found this one the same day I found that Subaru international card one. Well, actually, the same day I didn't. The same day I found a Subaru 22B STI treasure hunt, but a few weeks or months after that, I ended up finding two international card versions at a different store. They're all still local stores, actually. Here's the treasure hunt fully opened, by the way. It kind of reminds me of a NASCAR truck. I don't know which one it would be, Ford, Chevy, or Toyota, but it reminds me of a NASCAR truck in a way from the truck series, even though it's called Draftinator for the actual name of that one. This one was already opened. I was going to show it in the live stream sometime earlier this weekend or last week or weekend, but didn't really ever get to doing that. So here it is now. This is from the Japan Origin set. It's the 350Z police car. There's obviously some Japanese writing on there, which unfortunately I'm not even going to try to pronounce. Now this one will have taillight details. Headlight details, nope, not this time. Now this one, I just don't know if I'm going to open it or not. I know my plan was get the ones I'm going to open closer towards me, but since it's a treasure hunt and a Subaru one, I just don't really see myself coming to open that. However, I am going to open this one, the new Z in blue. That looks really nice. And this one does have headlight and taillight details. Surprisingly, it's not from the Factory Fresh series, but given the fact it is still a new car, I guess that's why it had headlight and taillight details. For the Hot Wheels car. I really do like the blue on this Z color car. Well, on the new Z car. It's a nice blue. There is some black for the roof up there. The headlights are good. You can see the Nissan badge on the front of the car. Come into the back, same thing. Taillights look nice. All right. Now, only the Tesla and that Nissan so far are new for 2023 cards. Like it'll say new for 2023 on the card for the car. Well, here's another one of those actually right now. It's the Ford Escort RS 2000. Good news is so far all of my cards that I'm opening to get to the car seem to be very easy. So there's that Ford Escort right now. Again, a different kind of underbody base thing for this car. Did the Nissan? Nope, that Nissan didn't have it. Huh, that's weird. But these two cars kind of have the same underbody base thing of this circular-like design. I don't know why Hot Wheels is doing that on some cars for next year and not doing it on all of them. I don't know if it's supposed to make the car on the underbody base part look better or worse. I honestly have zero clue. Yeah, because they did it again on this Volvo P1800 Gasser, surprisingly, which is the next car I'm going to be opening right now. I really do like this Gasser. And actually, on the back of the card, it says info about this car. They put a 454 cubic inch Chevrolet V8 engine into this. Feel it cool? Really do like the green on there. So yeah, all of these new cars that I'm opening, well, the non-premium ones, will all have a shot of trying to be my new fastest car down my 6-lane track, which as of right now is this. This is my fastest car down my 6-lane track. It finally has beaten the Audi RS2 Avant somehow. And I think it probably will end up beating that blue Mercedes touring car, the 4-door sedan one. But given the fact that that's no longer the fastest car, but it was before that Audi ended up beating the Mercedes. I don't know if I should race them against each other to see which one's really still faster. So yeah. Anyways, this one. Now this is my opinion and viewpoint on this car, but I feel like if anyone sees this one in stores, it's going to be bought really quickly. It's a blue Subaru WRX STI. Now the unfortunate part is it does have headlight details, but no taillight details. I really do like the blue on this Subaru. Kudos, Rebel. Cars and diecast. Hey, thanks for joining. Just unboxing some cars and showing some unopened cars. All right. Yeah, that Subaru is really nice. So yeah, so far these are all the opened cars from the live. These ones right here. I'm gonna actually have some more cars to get opened relatively soon. Oh, didn't realize that was still there. So yeah, I'm gonna be opening some premiums now, and I'm gonna save probably I think the better one for last for the opened cars part of the live. So I'm gonna be opening 2 Boulevard cars. I wasn't able to find the other cars, which is interesting because they're all in different black paint jobs. So yeah, I'm going to be opening the 78 Ford Escort RS 1800 Mark II and the De Tomaso Pantera Group 4. Now, obviously, the mainline cards were much easier to open, but these premium cards seem to be a little bit more difficult to do. Wow, this Ford looks really nice fully open. Now, yeah, since it's a premium, it's going to have headlight and taillight details for this car. This, I believe, is another rally car, so I'm actually now open 2 Ford rally cars in this live today. Got the rally headlight set up on the front and the 2 regular headlights. Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Oh, right, there's 2 people here. Well, there was a second person, but they left. Whoever hit the thumbs up button, whoever the second person was to do that, thank you very much for doing that. I do really appreciate that. Time to open the De Tomaso now. Whoa, that was surprisingly easier to open than I thought somehow. I can't believe it, but my second premium card was much easier to open, and there's the De Tomaso Pantera Group 4, fully opened from the card. Yeah, I was not expecting it to be that easy. I thought it was going to be another painstakingly slightly longer to open one like that Ford Escort was for the premium card. Taillight details. I don't really see headlight details, but I guess it's because they're pop-up headlights, so I don't know why Hot Wheels didn't, have something for the headlights so you could like open and close them at times, but that's just their choice for this one. All right. This will probably be the most exciting car that I'm opening in the live. I finally got one. I was going to buy 2, but then I realized, yeah, I don't need to have one open and one unopened for my collection. But the good thing is I ended up returning or putting it back at the same store. And a few days later, some other person ends up buying one. And, I'm glad I made the right choice of doing that, because if I hadn't done that, that other dude wouldn't have gotten one. So yeah, time to open this Team Transport. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but this one seems to be picked up really often, and like never really many of them left behind at any store, Walmart or Target. or even King Supers if they sell them. Okay, come on. There we go. I think this is my first time actually opening a Team Transport because, well, actually, no, it's my second time because that Ford RS200, you can't see it, but it was from a Team Transport one. Wow, this. It almost looks like those tires would actually come off the part of the hauler. Is this okay? I was not expecting that to happen. So this is cool. This actually it comes off. That comes off actually. That's cool. I didn't even notice that till now. And then this is what the car does. So it can get loaded onto the car hauler trailer. It does that, and then boom. Yeah. I don't know what those wheels are for, to be honest, because the weird thing is, doesn't seem like those are gonna come off. I mean, it looks like they're a little loose, like they are about to come off, but they're not loose enough where you could just, put them on and off the car. I feel like, in my honest opinion, I feel like Hot Wheels, premiums or main should have like all the tires like just loose enough that you could just switch them like really quickly without having to like screw them on and off so many times. Oh, and I just noticed something. This Ford actually has different front and rear wheels on it. Look at the front and the back wheel on the Ford RS200. I just noticed that now. They're two completely different wheels on the Ford. See? Not even the same design pattern for the wheels. So yeah, actually the strange thing is I think I have like one or two other versions of this R34 Super Silhouette in my collection, but I don't have this version yet. And yes, the previous two versions I have, they are completely different than this one. So yeah. But yeah, this Nissan, really awesome. So glad I have this one finally. Well, I guess I should say I'm glad I finally have this version or variation of that car. Yeah, it's a really nice R34. All right, so the main other thing that I was planning on doing in this live was talking about now these ones I'm not opening, and the reason is because most of them are international cards except for one of them. But yeah. So the reason why the most other cars, well, pretty much the bigger majority of the other cars that are going to be featured in this live won't be open, is because I want to talk about trading and selling plans for like future, because I'm starting to feel like some of these cars, they're just later on going to start collecting up dust and whatnot. Yes, those Subarus that I showed were treasure hunts. So I just don't know when this will ever happen, but it's like if people want to start doing trades, I'm not saying all of them will be for trade, but some of these specialty cars that are unopened will be for trade. Except for some though. That Target Red Edition Jeep Gladiator one from the showroom models, that's not for trade because I had to get that from a different a local collector, but still, even after trading for it, I just don't feel like trading it away to someone else because it's the only one I have in my collection, and if I trade it away, I don't know how I would get a different Target chase back, if I was to trade that one away. More of the point is the supers, like the super treasure hunt from Hot Wheels and super chases from Matchbox, those are not for trade, unfortunately. I actually have a separate plan on selling them at a specialty store whenever that happens. So yeah, but besides that, most of these other cars, except for maybe a few, are going to end up being for trade. That's just depending on what happens? Well, I will say this: this one will not be for trade, and the only reason I say that is I have only one left in my collection because I traded this with that local collector dude to get that Jeep Chase over there actually. So yeah, this one won't be for trade, unfortunately. However, since I have 3 of the same treasure hunt, I'm probably going to keep the international card Subaru treasure hunts just because those seem to be a little bit more harder to find at times. So yeah, but the non-international version will be for trade. And actually, speaking of cars for trade, so these 2 will be for trade at some point. Just I'm just trying to find the cars that would end up being for trade if I ever feel like trading stuff away, kind of. Gotta come back here and see what other ones are going to end up being for trade. Hold on. All right. Getting some of the other cars for trade, in future trades whenever someone wants to trade something. Now, obviously, yes, like I said, it's not going to happen today. But, yeah. Really don't have that many cars I'm feeling like trading right now at this very moment. Yeah, that's pretty much that's pretty much all of them actually that I would even think of trading are going to be these ones right here. So yeah, these are trade cars for future trades whenever that happens to be for my channel. It just depends on when and what time someone ends up wanting to do the trades. So yeah, there's 3 cars for trade right there. And then here's the other 3. And then last one, it is a chase, and the only reason is because the other version of this was yellow, did not have the gray or black color, and it didn't have the letters on the car right there, right near the hood, and it also didn't say muscle machines on the wheels. I have 2 of these, so one of these will be for trade. So yeah, but the rest of everything else pretty much. I'm just unsure about trading it because some of these things are like harder to find pieces, and most of the other ones I have only one of. And yeah, I still have my unicorn Hot Wheels case, so yeah, I'm not trading that. If someone thinks I'm trading 3 cars, that's not going to happen, unfortunately, because unfortunately, the only reason I'm saying that my unicorn case is not for trade, someone would have to offer something up really good for me to even think about trading that. Yes, I am into M2 cars as well. I don't have any of those in this live, unfortunately, just because those weren't really going to be shown in this live, actually. In fact, most of my M2 vehicles are all upstairs somewhere else. So yeah, well, that's pretty much it for this live stream. Don't really have anything else to add, unless people in the chat feature do. Well, I guess that's it for this live then. Bye everyone, thanks for watching and joining, and I'll see you next time in my next Cars or Video Games live stream. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, so I've seen A and B case at the local Walmart store, surprisingly, a few times. However, no supers yet. I haven't found a super in like months now, actually. So my streak for super treasure hunts has been over for a very long time because I've only found 2. I found one this year and one last year actually in 2021. So yeah. But anyways, besides that, I haven't found a single 2023 Super yet, or like later on 2022 case supers either from Hot Wheels, and I still haven't found that Matchbox Porsche Super Chase. To answer your question, Jared Cheat Show, yes, I'm into Matchbox cars. I actually have two of the four. It pains me to say this, 4 Super Chases now in my collection. I have the Corvette and the Bronco Super Chase, but I don't have the Porsche yet. So I hope I find that before I have to consider trading for it. Because, I'd rather find it because then it would be cheaper instead of, more expensive trading a few cars just to get, one chase car. And if the person's nice enough, throw in a few extra mainline cars of their choosing. So, yeah. I really do, because to be honest, this would be the first time ever I would have every single Matchbox Super Chase that's been released so far. The sad thing is, it's probably going to be another few months before stores get A or B case, Mix A or Mix B Matchbox cars for the 2023 cars, because Mix A has a 1930s Ford Super Chase in orange, like a hot rod street rod kind of thing, and it's in orange, and it's a Super Chase from Matchbox. So because of that, there will now be 4 Super Chases from Matchbox. So my goal is to somehow end up either finding or trading for that Porsche Super Chase, more likely hoping to find it because it will be way cheaper to do that. And then whenever stores get, Mix A or Mix B of 2023 Matchbox, hopefully I find that orange Ford 1930s hot rod Super Chase. Because the bizarre thing is, I keep thinking that this would be the coolest thing ever to have happen. Like, I go to a store, whatever store it is, Walmart, Target, or King Soopers, and they have the last case from this year, which I'm not even sure which mix that would be, and Mix A from next year, and I find both Super Chases right next to each other in the pegs, and it wouldn't have to be at the very front. It could just be anywhere on the pegs in that store. Imagine how cool that would be to find 2 Super Chases in the same day from Matchbox at any store. That's never happened to me. But the only time that really ever did happen was the C8 Super Chases. I found those 2 at the same local Walmart store about maybe close to a year or so ago. And surprisingly, that's the only time I've ever found 2 chase cars of any kind next to each other. Well, kind of same with the Nissans from the Muscle Machines, and same with these 2 actually. But otherwise than that, for Hot Wheels or Matchbox Supers, I haven't found 2 right next to each other in a very long time, or at the same store even. So yeah, that's officially now the end of this live. Thanks everyone for joining. Have a great rest of your weekend. Let me know what you find at your stores, because I'll try to watch the other diecast car channels and see what they find. Bye.